Hi everyone, I'm Jeremy Reeves, head blender of Cornell Diehl Pipe Tobacco Company, and today I want to talk to all of you about our latest release, one of the spookiest blends that Cornell Diehl produces every once in a while, and that is the Beast. The Beast was inspired by sort of an infamous fellow, Aleister Crowley, who was an occultist and a spiritualist and all sorts of other weird things. But he contributed something unique and interesting to the pipe tobacco lore and history, and that is this notion that by smoking straight St. James Perique that had been soaked in rum, he was going to try and reach some sort of altered state of being or consciousness. Now, I don't think that worked out for him. It certainly hasn't worked out the times that I've tried the same experiment, but I do think it's an interesting flavor profile, and it was one that I wanted to sort of riff on. I didn't want to be quite so on the nose as just take St. James Perique and soak it in rum. So I really appreciate the way that Perique is made. I appreciate all of the work that goes into the fermentation, the anaerobic fermentation that takes place. It's a lot of hard work, and the results are outstanding. They're like really nothing else. Perique actually has hundreds of flavor compounds that are created through this fermentation process that are not found, these chemical compounds are not found on any other tobacco that's been tested. So these volatile chemical compounds that react with the oxygen and react with flavors of tobaccos around them are really what make Perique special, and it's why many of us who love Perique seek it out. So the Perique that we used is from crop year 2023. It was produced by our farm partners down in Louisiana, 31 farms, from seed to barrel. The same three folks are producing this tobacco year on year for us, and they do an amazing job. And the Perique that they produce is really special. I wanted to kind of showcase some of that specialness, and it's really difficult to achieve smoking straight Perique because it's sort of like standing in a very ornate or highly decorated room with all the lights off. Perique is such a dense flavor that you really do need to open it up. You do need to dilute it to see all that it really has to offer. It's sort of a Pandora's box. So I wanted to blend this Perique with some other things, but I wanted to choose things that would still let the Perique be the main driver and flavor so that you could get hints of that stone fruit. You could get hints of the sort of umami and spice bomb sort of qualities. You could catch some of the pepper, you could catch some of the soy sauce and fish sauce, and really the full spectrum of what Perique has to offer. And yet it would be playing with some other characters. So use Dominican Republic Cavendish. This is a nice, mellow, sort of neutral flavor with just a touch of chocolatey note that reinforces the chocolate aspect of that Perique. We used crop year 2017 Red Virginia Cavendish. That Cavendish, again, soft and mellow and really just sort of absorbs and dissolves some of the Perique character and gives it a little bit more room to play, and has just a touch of sweetness to bring out some of the fruitier notes that the Perique has. And then lastly, I dialed back the nicotine just a bit too much with the Red Cav and the DR Cav. So then adding that nicotine back in by using some dark-fired Kentucky, which is big and earthy and full of richness and strength. So it's definitely not a smoky or dark-fired forward kind of blend. That's just in there to sort of give you a more realistic expression of what it's like to smoke straight Perique without the full denseness of smoking straight Perique. The whole shebang is still soaked in rum for 7 days, just as Aleister Crowley did. And I think it is delightful to smoke now, but this also ages beautifully. All of the fermentation process that Perique has gone through is really going to contribute to some nice age on a 10 years down the road. So I hope all of this strikes you as interesting the same way that it does me. I love these kinds of things. It's a fun project to do when we do it, and I hope you all enjoy it. Thanks very much. Happy hunting.